Hello and welcome. It's noon India time or 6:30 GMT. First up, news from South Asia. As the Kashmir Valley is witnessing a complete shutdown for the second consecutive day, India's top court today adjourned the hearing in Article 35A case. Hearing of the petition regarding the constitutional validity of Article 35A has been adjourned till the second week of January next year, citing the law and order situation in the Kashmir Valley. The petition will now be heard on January 19th. The case has been adjourned twice this month by the Apex Court due to the sensitivity of the case. Article 35A bars the non-permanent residents of the state of Jammu and Kashmir from purchasing property. The Kashmir Valley had witnessed a complete shutdown on Thursday as well, after a call from the separatists in the valley. Article 35A empowers the Jammu and Kashmir legislature of defining the permanent residence of the state and also the special privileges and rights which will be exclusively enjoyed by the state's permanent residents. Article 35A had been ordered by a presidential order in 1954 and was ratified by the Jammu and Kashmir legislature. But in the year 2014, an NGO called We the People challenged the constitutional validity of Article 35A, citing that the article was not added through an amendment to the Indian Constitution and therefore had never been ratified by the Indian Parliament. The NGO also claims that Article 35A is discriminatory against women. All right, joining me live from the WION newsroom is my colleague Karthikeya Sharma. Karthikeya, the court adjourning the hearing. Put this in context for the viewers here.
Thank you, Ramesh. See, the larger context of this hearing is that apart from the political narrative where people feel that 370 and 35A keeps Kashmir separate and distinct within the federal structure of the Indian Republic, so those 35A and 370 should be removed. Now 370 is a different matter because it was an instrument of accession through which Jammu and Kashmir became part of India. So it was never merged with India, unlike other states. Jammu and Kashmir became part of it. It's a technicality, but in constitutional law makes a huge difference. Now 35A was inserted in our constitution in 1950. Now the issue is that at the time when it was inserted in our constitution, the demand for 35A came from the Dogra and the Pandit and the other communities within the valley, that after the fact that Kashmir became part of India, the population from rest of India should not swamp into various ethnic regions of the state, and the property rights should be kept intact. Now, any house, even at that point of time, the patriarchal moves were reflected in law, and patriarchal moves are still reflected in law. So certain concessions were given to certain states. For example, Ramesh, in Article 371, as per in Northeast you cannot buy land. In Uttarakhand you cannot buy land more than one canal. In Himachal Pradesh you just cannot purchase land unless and until it is for industrial production or agricultural work. Even in Kashmir, industrial and agricultural activities are part and parcel of the 35A. You can go and get the land there. But Ramesh, you cannot make it into a private property. And the transmission of property anyway was again patriarchal, which meant if you see the law on the lines of gender, Ramesh, then they couldn't have been inherited by women or women marrying outside the racial configuration of the state. Now this matter went to the court. Now what has happened is that this has acquired a political dimension whereby the people in the state feel that in the name of 35A, the distinctiveness of Kashmir is being done away with. Now something which was in 50s conceived by Kashmiris, both Hindus and Muslims, to protect themselves, has divided Kashmir over religious lines. So it has become a Hindu-Muslim thing. It has become a Srinagar-Delhi thing. So I think the whole controversy has evolved into a completely different direction. Now court, in its wisdom and its judgment, after hearing both the sides, have decided to defer the matter because the government is aware of three very important things. One, it has led to natural resentment in the valley, and political parties based in Srinagar, all of them, have come together. Second, it is creating law and order problem. And third, they feel that when local body elections are going to be held in December, why would you want this issue to create another cycle of violence in Kashmir? So look at what has happened today when we talk about 35A. Kith and kin of 9 policemen have been abducted in past 48 hours. This is where the Kashmir stands today. So I think in wisdom, both court and the council of the government of India decided that let's not rush with the matter, because sometimes real politics does not take into account the complexity of the statecraft, and Kashmir is undergoing a tremendous change, and which starts with the fact that N.N. Vora, a governor of 10 years, was moved out after apparent difference with army, and Satpal Malik was shifted from Bihar to J&K. Ramesh.
Indeed, as Karthikeya was pointing out, the Supreme Court has adjourned the hearing on Article 35A case till the 19th of January next year. As Karthikeya mentioned, this is as much a political issue as it is a legal issue. On that note, Karthikeya, thank you once again.